We're all reminded of how volatile and how changing the world is at the moment. We have a budget surplus. That budget surplus is our first line of defence in our public finances, coping with any changes that could happen in the time ahead. Myself and Minister Chambers are fully committed to getting the balance right between keeping safety in our public finances and responding back in a safe way to the different issues that we will hear today, underlining the continued importance of housing. So I'm very much looking forward to being here with Minister Chambers for today, hearing the different views, and I know we will take it on board in our preparation for the budget.
Thanks, Minister Donoghue. And just to echo the sentiments there, we are at a point of broader global uncertainty, and that's why in the expenditure demands that will come from across different sectors, the government will have to make choices and set out priorities in the context of our medium-term expenditure framework. For me, the key priority is infrastructure and housing delivery, and also to hear from the broader economic and social partners and how we can really drive delivery over the next 5 years, but in particular look at the constraints, the barriers and the structures which are impeding delivery, which we've seen in the last number of years. But we need to make sure we protect the living standards that have strengthened over recent years, ensure we continue to recommit to fiscal buffers, and then hear around the broad priorities that different sectors have and how we plan the medium-term expenditure framework. This is the first point in the broader budget process. Minister Donoghue and myself are working on the medium-term fiscal plan, and we'll also publish the new National Development Plan, which will set out the uplift in ambition that we have in infrastructure delivery in July of this year.
Well, we made very clear in the general election that choices have to be made, and choices have to be made in how we use the country's money. There are commitments that I know all parties in government are committed to delivering from a VAT perspective. But as we make decisions in relation to that, it then means there are other things that we can't do. I am confident that if we are in a position of stability within our public finances in the time ahead, that the commitments that we have laid out in the programme for government, that we can deliver them. But I think and know that our first priority in coming up to this budget is to look at how we can support jobs, invest in infrastructure and keep our public finances safe. And myself and Minister Chambers will work out all the decisions in relation to that as we approach October. Decisions always have to be made. Minister Chambers is in the middle of an enormously difficult process with regard to the National Development Plan, where the demands that he has to manage are always ahead of the resources that are available, and the same applies to taxation. If we decide that we are going to make a particular set of decisions and investments in tax, then that means there are other things that we will not do. And Minister Chambers and I will be considering all of that in the coming weeks and months, reach agreement with the party leaders on it, and then make the case for it in the budget. It is something that is a shared priority across government. Where our early priorities in forming the budget is how we can invest in our future, how we can keep and grow jobs in Ireland, and how we can keep our public finances safe. And we know in particular for those who are involved in the hospitality sector that there have been really big changes in the cost of doing business for them. And what we want to look at together is what are the decisions that will keep and grow jobs, keep our country safe and help invest in the future. And we will fill out all the decisions in relation to that in the weeks and months ahead.